All right, it's about 25 after 10 on the 18th, January 2019, suggesting to traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing. And today, very tricky day because it's morning after trend day, which says see if the wind is still blowing and that you can buy pullbacks. And then be careful later today as perhaps some profit taking comes in. Trying to demonstrate the idea of a 3-box system right now. We had suggested that 46.75, 47 area was the half gap, should be paid. We're looking at several charts. This is our 15-minute chart, a base chart for Globex. Got R1 today. We've suggested make sure you're paid by the 62s, 62 and a half. Potential T1 today at 61. Trying to remind ourselves of the breakout zone right here. Shorts are still on the hook above it. And we think maybe some of today's potential range has been stolen. And the reason for that was because of the really big move yesterday. Either way, we've advised some caution today, especially chasers. And as the day wears on, somebody's going to want to start to take some profits. We'd said we're coming into rising moving averages, and that could theoretically give us a boost. No one knows when we get news events. And typically, surprises happen in the direction of the trend. It's something I remember Jeff Cooper saying way back when. So when we get a spike, typically it shows me that traders are obviously taking profits quickly because there's not a sustained move with that. Yesterday we had a sustained move, 1, 2, 3, 20-point swing, and then right back down. So it tells me be conservative about expectations today. And I do believe we've got some stolen range. And stolen range is the idea that we had such a big move yesterday, it's not reasonable to expect another big update today. Try to average the 2 days. So a little bit smaller proportion today is what I was thinking. Don't forget, we've got options expiration. Boys can pin it anywhere they want, make the most money, and they usually do. For E-mini, this was our primary target, 56 and a quarter. E-mini tends to respond better at the more egregious levels. So this 61, the 66 area above it. And you can see how we have this support right here. And that's probably our key support for the day in this box. Got to break that box and get back into here if you're a short dreaming of the big one. And this is our daily predictive model. And this is our weekly predictive model. support, target 56.25, and then the next target up here just over 65 in that 66 area, the start of that next zone. And this would be your flipper back here. Right here at 17. Remember yesterday how important that was? Right there. That's the flip. Comes out the top. Keeps on looking for its resistance. Binding box right here. Basis this larger frame. 52 pivot. We are using, we said, correct? It's a 3-minute chart. See a little bit faster on this. Tails above the original high. Still nothing conclusive for the short side other than profit-taking swing. 60 back RTH. Right? 52. 52.25. Hey, Don. And that's your 60 back. Rule of thumb, generally, if you get a new spike and making new highs, especially after the type of run we've had, you make sure you get paid quickly, come back down. And if you can get, if you're one of those looking to short pops, you don't think about them as home run type trades. Reminder, hit and run has been advised this morning. We really have a fairly tight range. And traders who take advantage of a spike by capitalizing on taking profits fast, you do have the right to rebuy. And that's hit and run. And at one time, you'll be chasing it too much, and then all of a sudden, you'll get stopped out, and so you accept it. Pretty challenging day for anyone with great expectations. And using our model, if we've got T2 today at 2665, that should be our next key resistance zone. Although I have targets above that, I was not thinking that we'd get there, but anything goes. Yeah, Brian, I mean, you can see overnight and then the squeeze from this platform right here, and that's support until broken, and we just keep making higher highs, higher lows. But at some point, you expect that there'll either be a news event or there'll be profit taking where you'll get, a decent swing. And truthfully, against the swing, anytime you can get 8-point type swings against the push, that's not a bad ride. If you can get yourself 3 or 4 points out of it, why not? And a reminder, that's the name of the game, is what we can take out of the market's move during the day and during the week. This double down here is our squeeze pivot. And then the next, and this 52, which I've made my official pivot for the morning. And as long as you're reasonable about expectations and you scale in a couple, I'm assuming most of you trade more than just one contract. And if you do, then it gets a bit easier because you're not trying to do business all in one place and you have the luxury of allowing a trailer to work once you have a few chips. Trick is not to give back 5 or 6, trying to make 1 or 2 more. And that's the hardest part of the game, as I see it. And Jaws of Death, making a higher high and lower volume. Right now we had this previous resistance here, this bar, but we've had the high of it taken out. So we're really working on trying to create a new demon. Not yet. Still kind of riding a wedge for now. I'd say the morning has been for trying to find out if the wind's still blowing. It has been. We keep making what we call whack-a-mole, higher highs, higher lows. And as the morning wears on, I think we'll tend to come out into a little bit better balance. Meaning my expectation is that some traders by lunchtime will want to say, okay, I've got enough and let's take a break. So key for now, obviously this 52. And I would not overthink this. I think it's fairly neutral expectation for the morning. Meaning above yesterday's high. Range type trading. Win some, lose some. Win some, lose some. That day's still young. So currently we're looking at this, obviously this 54 to 57 area, middle box trying to get resolved. Those of you who studied Darvas used a system like this, a box system. Today's theme, option expiration, squeeze and squeeze until your eyeballs come out, and then at some point, profit taking. That's our theme. And the market has to prove itself by knocking out supports. Otherwise, it's still floating up. Our advice is play morning after trend day. Take a shot for half gap and play morning after trend day and be a little bit flexible in your thinking. And expectation, Market in no hurry to go anyplace. A caterpillar day.